How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Today is going to be day 16 in the Ultimate Guide series, and this guide is going to be jam-packed with important information about preparing for the future, especially for that 2.0 and the level 50, which will be coming on Friday, not quite yet. So there's going to be a lot of key things that you're going to need to get done now, so make sure to follow for this, because trust me, this is going to help you. So the breakdown for this video, we're going to talk about some important information at the start, following that up with the Speedrun daily checklist, which will have some changes, so make sure to check in for that. Then the extra daily checklist, and then finally we'll wrap it up with important information about this week currently, so make sure that you're checking that one out as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the important information first. Experience is going to get harder. I know I've been preaching it since the very beginning, but it is getting more difficult to level. This is now getting into the second day too. I'm trying my best to grind chests 24/7 and get towards level 48. I know some of you might have had your story, you might have had some other things, but those things will be running out, especially when the level cap increases on the following day tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of things here that you're going to need to get done. So just be aware that XP is going to get difficult. You will have to grind. In addition to that, with the announcement of 2.0, that is going to change the way that we are planning for the future. So what was looking at Frigg coming next, you might want to think about that and be aware that all of these 2.0 announcements coming ahead means that we're getting a lot of characters, but the global version is very different from the Chinese version. I cannot express that enough. We have a completely different meta. Characters do not do the same things. Their abilities are changed around. Their numbers are changed around. So make sure you are going with accurate global information to make your decisions, because you will be left in the dust if you base your information solely off of a different version of the game, right? Okay, so let's jump into the Speedrun daily checklist. Let's go ahead and start that off. First, you're going to want to make sure you do your bounties. No changes there, but do keep note that your bounties aren't giving that much XP now. Earlier, in the earlier levels, we were only take like 200k to level, and so these bounties were filling up our bar completely. Now they're giving about that same 200k, but instead of 200k to level, we now need 1 million, right? So that's what's making it a little bit more difficult. The main story has not reset. We still have Into the Tower in 42 hours, so it's gonna be a while before you see any experience from that, so just keep that in mind. The runes is also the same. We have no new runes until level 49 and level 50, which will unlock 2 more for us, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Make sure you're claiming your Mia's Kitchen for your experience, because that's something really important to do. You're going to need that XP right now. And then Vitality, I wanted to touch up on something that we talked about yesterday. We talked about Omnium beacons and saving the Omnium beacons. As you can see, I have quite a few legendaries and a couple others. So the reason why we're saving these is because we are going to collect them now, and we're going to not deploy them until we are level 50. If you deploy them at level 50, you will receive gold crystal dust currency, very similar to the purple and blue dust currency, but this will allow you to buy gold gear. So you're going to be able to get legendary gear, and you're also going to get a higher yield on materials, so it's going to be very important to do that. Additionally, when you place the beacon, you will gain the experience, not when you claim it or collect it from this. So that's all going to be important things to take note. So we won't be placing our beacons until level 50, and we will place a certain amount of them to make sure that we have enough for what we need. So keep those things in mind. So that's going to be your best use of Vitality at the moment in this transition towards level 50. So make sure you're doing that and pretty much nothing else at the moment. Once you have done that, you need to go ahead and get your 2 world boss kills for the event. It's going to be the themed event here for executor training. Make sure you have killed those 2 war bosses so you get your energy so that you can increase up. I see people saying, oh hey, you can get 2,000 energy a day and 3,000. It doesn't work. No, trust me, it's 1,000 per day, but if you messed up and you didn't get it on the previous day, you can carry it over. So you're going to get 7,000 energy total, and you'll be able to buy the entire shop. That's the way it works, okay? So once you've done that, then we're going to talk about that level cap. There is no increase today. We have 48, right? You need to fill this up to max by the end of today. By the end of today, this needs to be maximum, because when Friday hits, you're going to want to trigger level 49 immediately, and then you're going to want to push for level 50. And this number is going to go up to like 1 million. It's going to go up, right? You need to hit level 50 before you do all of your things, right? Before you do anything worthwhile, you need to hit level 50. So you're going to be hard grinding chests. You can do your bounties and all that stuff. But before you spend vitality, before you spend any vitality at all whatsoever, you need to be level 50 on Friday, because you will not get gold dust if you're not level 50. So keep that in mind. So that's going to be very important. So my recommendation for today is going to be to go for chests, green chests, password chests, and force them open. Okay, force them open. Do not use your keys, because we'll talk about that later. That's going to be a very important 2.0 update. You're going to do that, and you can also consider doing side quests, and especially some of the ones that are involved with the story 100% completion, and we'll get into that in detail down the line. Okay, so once you have all that done, then we're in our extra daily checklist. We're going to go ahead and go to the challenge section, and you're going to get your training done. Today I have hunting and climbing. I'm looking forward to these because they're actually easy. Thank God I don't have the bat or the burger, and then that should be fine there. And then you're going to want to go ahead and check out your daily gifts. Make sure you go to the black market, talk to Hopkins, get your gift, and then go to Cetus Island and play the claw machine. Once you have done that, head to Hykros and do your machine part farm in the loop. That's going to be very important. And then finally, make sure you are using those machine parts to maintain your vehicles. They should be around level 49-ish, 50, maybe even for some of your vehicles, maybe even 51, but try to catch them up, because I do have a lot of the vehicles now, so I'm running out of machine parts, right? Like I'm stuck here. I need more machine parts, so I'm trying to get as many as I can possibly get. So this is going to be a definite struggle. Once you have done those things, head to the shop. Check out the daily supply box section, claim your free daily box, and then also go to the hot section. If you are a free-to-play player, consider getting the vitality solution for 50 dark crystals. If you're a dolphin or a whale, get the one for 100 after that. And if you're a giga whale or a leviathan, you can get the ones for 200 following that. So make sure you do your thing and price appropriately. Once you've done those things, go ahead and check out the commissary. Make sure you are support point capped for the day. The best way right now, since we can't do Frontier Clash because we're saving all of them, is definitely to do Dimensional Trial 1 when you have no vitality left. So claim all your beacons, stock them up, get down to 0 vitality, and then start matchmaking Dimensional Trials 1. It takes like 10 seconds to clear it, and you get 150 support points. It's really easy, trust me on that one. Make sure you're buying your supply chips, your joint supply chips for the week, and then also start working on your black nucleus with the rest of the support points that you're getting. Once you've done that, go ahead and check out the world for elemental ore. If you see any fire, lightning, or ice nodes, go ahead and kill those, because the crystals and crystal chunks coming from those are going to help you upgrade your armor pieces. And when we hit gold armor, you're going to need it. There are a lot of gold experience in the gold armor, so make sure you have quite a large quantity stocked up and ready to go. Okay, now that we've got all that, let's get into important information for the week. So we talked about that Frontier Clash. We should be saving that right now. You should have 2, maybe 3 if you didn't push the Bygone last week. You might have 3 charges left. So we're going to hold those for Friday. When we hit level 50, it's very important. You need to be level 50 first before you do the Frontier Clash, because you will not receive gold gear unless you are level 50. So make sure that is something that you keep in mind. Next, after that, let's talk about the password chips. The password chips are very important. These things right here. So with the announcement of 2.0, with 2.0 being announced, that means that we are going to enter the phase in 2.0 where these blue and purple password chips matter. So in 2.0, when you use a blue and a purple password chip, you get like some sort of a currency, and you're going to need that to, it's going to help you out down the line. So we need to start saving all of our blue and purple chips towards that 2.0 if you want to be a complete min-maxer. If you don't want to be a complete min-maxer, then at least wait until level 55 before you start using your purple chips, because then you will be able to receive legendary gear from it. The gold chips, however, don't give you any points towards that 2.0 from what I've understood, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but you should be okay to use these starting at level 55, but do not use them before 55 because you won't get gold gear, so just keep that in mind. So you should be stocking those up at the moment and saving those. The next thing we have to talk about is in the terminal section under the story. You can go ahead and start completing some side quests, because you're not going to have enough experience right now to reach the cap most likely. So you can do the things like fix the Omnium guard and the scouting report, and you can start 100% completing these story sections. You get a potent Omnium crystal, a gold nucleus, 50 dark crystals, and 2,000 gold for each 25% you complete on that. So as you can see over here, I haven't completed some of the later ones, but there are more missions. It'll tell you exactly where it is and where you need to go to start it, and then how many chains there are in the chain side quests. Some of them are quite long, some of them can be like ridiculous, so just keep that in mind. It could be like a 13-part mission or something like that. So that is something that you could start working towards now in our downtime here before the storm hits on Friday, right? And that's going to be really important. The next thing we have to talk about is the wormhole. The wormhole has reset. Rewards have calculated, so you should have received 280 if you cleared all 24 levels. Plus, you should have done your first clear on the endless mode, which should have given you an extra 160 purple dust. So do make sure that you have done that, hopefully the previous week before it reset, and you're all good to go on that. So I just wanted to point that out. Next, we have a good note about Voidrift. I know I touched on this before, but I want to reiterate how important it is. So you can do Voidrift when you don't have any Voidrifts. You could just hit go and then match, and you can join in there with other people and help them out. And this is good because you want to see what boss it is. As I can see right here, this is the picture of Aegis. And I know that she is one of the bosses that I needed, so I went ahead and did that and helped out those people, right? So now that I've done that, I'm going to collect these bosses, and every time you kill a boss, you're going to get 20 dark crystals, and I believe at the end of this, you get 10 gold nucleus. So it's going to be a great way for you to farm and get yourself powered up. Even if you just want to do it for extra support points, you get about 150, so it's pretty nice. So it's a good thing to do regardless of what you're trying to aim for there. Now that we have that out of the way, we're going to talk about the Wanderer's Log. Yesterday, we had the unlock of Chapter 10 and 11, so you should have been able to complete Chapter 10. We should be able to do everything on Chapter 11, but you do notice that we have a bigger gap here. It is now a level 52 maximum gap, so it's going to be a while. Not Friday to complete this, but probably later, like Sunday, we'll get the 52 increase. So that'll be the route that you'll want to go for that. So just keep note of that and make sure you keep up on your Wanderer's Log, because you will get a large amount of crystals and matrix data pack and all kinds of good stuff, so it's really nice to do. Once we have done everything there, make sure that you are checking up on your PvP rating. If you're someone who's pushing PvP, go ahead and check that out, because it is going to be going away at the 1st of September. So you have been warned, start climbing up now. I'm approaching my Grand Marshal. I'm getting there. I'm working towards it. So make sure you're doing the same, and you're not in a position where you only have like 1 day left and you're like, oh no, I need to climb all these ranks, because it's not going to be a great spot to be in, right? Once you have finally finished all that, we're going to be looking at the long-term goals today. But the XP is most likely going to keep you super busy. But if you do have the time after you've capped, you can go ahead and start mount farming. Make sure you have all the mounts. Make sure you get the machine parts farmed so that you can maintain all the mounts, and then work on your achievements, because achievements are pretty important, especially if you can get up into the 2K. And right now I'm working on 2.25. So I'm working towards some extra matrices rolls, extra gold rolls, and then these mushrooms down the line will be very important to have a high stamina bar. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And also notice that we have a live stream every day at 6 p.m. EST on YouTube, so come check it out. Ask me questions about what you want to know about 2.0. Ask me questions about the banner characters or anything related in there. I am happy to answer. Thanks for your time and watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.